Hi, everybody, and welcome to Altered States with Rachel. So, I was just trying to share out, so y'all caught me off guard. Glad y'all didn't catch me putting my gum in my mouth. I did that earlier, thank goodness. So, how is everybody? Tell me how y'all are feeling. Because today, like my energy has been okay, but today it was really, I don't know. I want to say intense. And I mean, it was a different kind of energy, but I don't know. I don't know. I will, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely, I found myself, crossing that line and easily offending people. And now that I think about it, it was not just today, it was over the weekend too. So I wasn't being mean and I wasn't being hateful, but I was being very assertive and boundary wise. I wasn't letting people dismiss me or people run over me. And which I typically don't let people do that anyway. I was just very more vocal about it. So I'm kind of wondering how everybody else is feeling and what is going on. So, but also that kind of the energy of people not wanting to be dismissed, because I feel like a lot of people feel like they're not being seen, not being heard, being overlooked. But it's a different kind of being overlooked. It's like being overlooked intentional and snarky. So Jennifer says, same here, same exact energy. And now purging literally. Yeah, sorry, Jennifer. Yeah, the flu's going around. So it really is. And I mean, it was just really kind of weird, but it was actually kind of funny because I went to a Reiki share on Saturday, and one of the ladies, she was doing Reiki on my hand, and she goes, "Oh, I'm noticing some tension in your fingers, and all this." And she goes, "Did you just recently type like a message or write a letter to somebody that was not necessarily nice?" And I was like, well, I pretty think, I think all my text, not that they're mean, but I think a lot of people, can misconstrue them as being mean, but they're not really. I think just most people know where they are with me. Or if they ask, okay, that just sounds awful. Long story short, I was like, look, I broke my arm. Or I broke my wrist and broke my arm. So that's probably kind of what you're feeling, especially whenever it gets cold, because it's honestly the coolest thing, y'all. So I broke my wrist, but one bone shattered and the other one was repairable. So I have a titanium rod in my arm, and it is the coolest, bit weirdest thing, especially in the wintertime, because my hands will be cold, but that rod will be hot. And whenever I touch it, you can feel it. And the really weird thing is whenever I carry groceries, because I carried them on my arm and I can feel it, it's just really kind of weird. So I was like, maybe it's just that. But it is. It has been a very good throat chakra past couple of days. I haven't been ugly, but it's just no. And I haven't been emotional about it. It just is what it is. So, all right. Just kind of curious how y'all were with y'all's energy. All right, Carol. Well, welcome everybody. Y'all feel very much laid back and subdued too. All right. What do the cards need for Sandy? Or what do the cards want to tell Sandy? Not Sandy. What do the cards need for Carol? Carol, Carol, Carol. And I've been dropping stuff too a whole lot here lately. Like today, just crazy things. Maybe I'm very disconnected or I'm traveling or I'm doing something. And then TJ, like during our conversations, I was like, did you just realize what you said? And I was like, no, I know what I wanted to say. So yeah, I haven't been with it. Not in a bad way. It's just like I've been like disconnected. Like I'm preoccupied. Like I'm on autopilot, but the other half of me is doing something. This reading is for Carol. Carol, Carol, Carol. Carol, Carol, Carol. So on the other show that I did, the 5 cards that I was pulling, a lot of them was major arcana. And Carol, this is a lot of major arcana energy too. So Carol, the first one is the devil. And we know that devil is just all about fear, bad habits, the things that we kind of don't want to deal with, our anger side, our shadow side, that manipulation. Then it is followed by the lovers, you know. So it's kind of weird that you have the devil and the lovers side by side. So you got fear and you got choices. Okay. Then where you are, smack dab in the middle, this is you, is 10 of cups. And so we know that cups is emotions, feelings, and perceptions. And this is just joy on the home front, happy home and happy family. Then it is followed by the Knight of Cups and Justice. Okay. So, you know, again, Knight of Cups. Cups is emotions, feelings, and perceptions. And here the Knight, this is this is imagination. This is beauty. This is like the romantic idea of it all. And so it's paired with justice. And, you know, justice is a major arcana card. And so she is all about searching for balance, legal matter, getting what you deserve, karma. So with the Knight of Cups, with this being emotion, what this feels like, it's very much like the hallmark meaning of justice, like the fairy tale, like, oh, no. This person doesn't deserve this because they used to, you know, dish out soup at the homeless line. Like, it just feels like it's just feels very not fair and not fair. And for some reason, I want to say like a romanticized justice. Let's ask for clarity. Let's ask why that. So why does a romanticized justice card matter? Why does it matter about a romanticized fairy tale? Why does a romanticized fairy tale matter to Carol? So whenever I was asking Carol why this romanticized fairy tale matters, like the ending, um, that's what came up was the Eight of Cups. And again, this is just walking away, moving on to a higher purpose, letting go, and walking away. So I know, like, all you're striving for is joy on the home front, for everything to be okay. And so you're faced with this decision. You're faced with your fears, but that's what the decision is, your fear. And whenever I was asking what these two cards, what says justice and this King of Cup, the Page of Cup, Knight of Cups, what does that matter? And it's this romanticized version of your fairy tale. And it's because I think this programming that deep down inside, you always thought as long as people showed up and did the best they could and loved everybody and done all these things, that everything would be okay. And that's not the case. And I think, Carol, you're a nurse. So I think that that's not the case, that life isn't fair and bad things happen to good people. But I think it's just the loving part of you, because, like, you're a natural fixer, you're a natural healer. You want the best for everybody. And whenever you see the underdog losing or the underdog winning or just somebody being defeated, you like, no, I want a different outcome for them. I want a different outcome. And so I think you have to ask the bigger question: why do you want a different outcome? Why are you struggling with this? Why are you struggling with this? And even if there's love involved, like you have love for this person, you're like, well, I want the best for that person. You still have to see what it is, like that self-reflect of why it's hard for you. Okay. Oh my gosh, y'all, come on. I don't want it to be all hard readings tonight. We are not going to work on my throat chakra anymore. It's gone. It's good. All right, Kelsey, you're having some more tests done later this week. Any word what the results will be? Kelsey, looks like it's going to be twins, honey. That's what it looks like. Yo, come on. Why is this whole place doom and gloom? We got to change our energy. Come on. We got to get the energy up, ladies. This isn't typical, but it's okay, right? We don't have the energy up. We don't have to get the energy up. If this is where we are, this is where we are. So this is where we are. Except for Kelsey. I was just kidding about the twins. You've already had 2 pregnancy tests in the last 9 weeks. No, Pamela, don't do angry faces. Don't do angry faces. I think if you do angry faces, then it does something with the algorithm and makes us like flag us as being bad or something. All right, Kelsey. And one of the tests is glucose. What do you have going on, Kelsey? Okay. Let's see what Kelsey's question was. Any word what the results will be. Let's see. So, Kelsey, I guess, I was just asking what the results are going to be. And in this weird way, I just feel like that people are playing games with us. And of course, whenever I say people, I mean like, it feels like maybe the thought could be, hey, let's put a lot of burden on these people that are showing light. Let's put a lot of obstacles in the people. Let's just put a lot of obstacles out there, right? Let's throw some obstacles out there. If Because I tend to think that Earth is just basically an ant colony, and the aliens are just like, like an ant farm. And so there is this giant, and I'm just going to pick on him, red-headed, freckle-faced boy, alien, that is up there just fucking with us ant humans. And they're just doing it just to do it. And that's not my scientific thing. That is just how I romanticize, how I justify everything that's going on, because there is no explanation. There is no point. It's just somebody going, oh, look, let's see what happens if we do this. Let's see what happens if we do that. And it just feels like that we are constantly jumping hurdles, and we are constantly going through obstacles, and there's nothing we can do. We can't not jump over them. So we almost have to make it like a fun little game. Like, hey, watch this. I'm going to do this. And it's going to be okay, because that's what life is, right? Life is all about having experiences. So, Kelsey, um, Kelsey, I want to say this, and just take this as a grain of sand. Are you causing your own stress? Not in a bad way, but like, are you just so nervous about everything? And I feel like I'm picking on Kelsey again. Kelsey, I'm wondering if you have like that strong of energy that whenever your mind takes you down that rabbit hole, or takes you down that road of dread, like, oh, what if it's this and what if it's that? Like, if your body is really producing these huge stress hormones, and it is throwing your body out of whack. So there is no rhyme or reason. And that really kind of, I guess, makes me think of your endocrine system, because I know that your endocrine system and your endocrine glands, and I'm not a doctor, so I really don't know, but I'm wondering if like just your stress is throwing all your systems out of whack. And I'm not saying you're doing that on purpose, because nobody would. It's just, I wonder if that's what's happening to you. And Kelsey, if that is true, then the really awesome thing is that you can do some mantras. You can say some things. You can heal your body. I'm not saying you can like regrow your arms or anything like that, but hey, why not? But it's just, I just wondering if like your own stress or your own cortisol, if that's what is making your body. Because like within my body, I'm super, super sensitive, not to chemicals or anything like that, but I'm just really, really aware of things that happen into my body. And people think I'm a hypochondriac, but if I get any kind of, it's like as soon as something happens, like a germ, or I'm like, I feel it coming in, and I'm like, oh, I feel this coming on. And people are like, how are you doing that? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just like I'm super, super aware of it. So, Kelsey, I'm wondering if you are just super, super powerful with your cortisol and your stress, and it's just kind of throwing your system out of whack, and maybe You're kind of like me. You take a lot of supplements whenever you feel this coming on, and maybe it's overloading your system and it's like not getting a good reading. I mean, I'm not saying that because I don't want you to validate anything that's happening. And I'm not saying you're being dramatic. I just wondering if it's like almost like an autoimmune thing, like you're kind of fighting yourself by your cortisol and your stress, because that can happen. But let's see what the cards say. And Kelsey, I'm sorry if it always seems like I'm picking on you. I'm not. Maybe it's just because you live in Nebraska. You need to come down here to Georgia or to Florida or Alabama. Kelsey, come down here to where real people live. That's what your problem is, Kelsey. It's cold where you live all the time. All right, Kelsey. Let's see what the cards say. All right, Kelsey. You too got the 10 of Cups in the middle. So that's you. I think you're just like Carol, searching for that joy, joy on the home front, just to be happy. But your first two cards is the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords. And so the Four of Swords, this is all about just about resting, it's stopping, it's taking a break. And then the Two of Swords is unable to make a decision, or just not the best time to decide, or it's just. Can I have clarity on the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords? The Four of Swords and the Two of Swords. Can I have clarity on the Four of Swords and Two of Swords? So when I asked for clarity, what came up is the Strength. So yeah, Kelsey, the Four of Swords is all about just taking a rest, taking a break, the hiatus, taking a hiatus. And then the Two of Swords is just about unable to decide. And Kelsey, I'm wondering if that's what it is. Kelsey, I'm wondering like if you're just in this constant, like your body's in this constant havoc, like it's hyperactive, like always on defense with your fight or flight. Like it's just like it's constantly on go with the high cortisol, and it's just like your body. And again, I don't know the words for it, but it's just like your body is constantly attacking anything because it's on high alert. And so it's like putting these poisons and toxins into your system. And maybe if you just took a rest and said, hey, I don't have to make any decisions, because I know for a long time you was looking for a job. You're like, what can I do? What can I do? I got to do something. I got to do something. And it was just like you were in a constant state of stress. So maybe that's what you need to do. Then it is on the other end is followed by the Lovers and Heartache. And so the Lovers is all about making a choice, making a decision, but it's also like it's passion, but it's also anger attraction. So it's that love, that hate. It's that, like everybody talks about twin flame stuff. And I'm not a big believer in the twin flame. Maybe that's just like the new name for it. But there's always been the one person that runs and the one person that chases, that runner chaser type thing. And that's what this feels like. It feels like you're like, it's like one's running and one's chasing. And the other one's like, okay, well, I'm going to stop chasing and I'm going to run. And the other one's like, well, you're not going to catch me because now I'm going to run, because now I've learned how to run. That's what it feels like. It's just like from one extreme to the other. And it's leading you down this place of heartache. Because I think all you want is happiness, and you think that you're doing the right thing by taking care of your health, that you're gonna, like, this is what I need to do. I'm doing this self-care. I'm doing all these things. but it's really producing all this stress and it's just wreaking havoc on your body. I wonder, do they have like integrative medicine in Nebraska? So, Kelsey, um, there is, I went to like a yoga thing up in, I think, Maryland. I didn't go for that one, for something else. But the guy who taught it, he taught yoga, but it's not yoga like downward dog. It's yoga for your body, like yoga for health. It's therapy type yoga. I'm going to send you that. That way you can maybe follow it. And they'll send it out like a Zoom call, but you can watch it anytime. And it's super easy. It's like chair thing. But he does a lot of breathing type things, and that might, it's going to help you. We're just going to put it out there. It's going to help you, and things are going to change. Okay. I don't think you're doing anything wrong because you're doing what you should be doing. I think your body is already stressed out to the max, and it's almost like you're just flooding your body with all these stress toxins. All right, Brigitte. Y'all, Brigitte sent me the cutest pictures of some birds. And y'all know I love to dig. And I've been watching a lot of things on miners where they're like going into old abandoned mines. And the only thing I can think of is they need to be taking a canary. They need to be taking a canary. I don't know why, but I'm like, where are their canaries? But Brigitte, I wouldn't get a canary just for that, but that's just what I think. All these YouTube explorers are down there finding these old abandoned mines, and I'm like, where's their canary? All right. What do the cards say for Brigitte? Brigitte was the one being with child. She just when they got married. What if that was weird? What if we lived in this alternate reality that as soon as you got married, that's what you did? You got pregnant. Could you imagine? Well, all right. So, Brigitte, I'm wondering if you're thinking about becoming more of a breeder, because I was having some really morbid thoughts about being a human breeder. Because I've always told Todd that if something ever happened to me and I was like in a coma, either kill me or not kill me, but go ahead and let me go, or let me be like an incubator for babies, like let me be a carrier, or like let me be some sort of like incubator for babies. So, as morbid as that sounds, Brigitte, I'm wondering if you're thinking about being some sort of a breeder, like expanding it, because I think you already raise birds. I wonder if you're thinking about expanding to something else. Like you go get some new babies, some new baby chicks or something. All right. What does the cards want to tell Brigitte? Beautiful Brigitte. Ooh, Brigitte. You have some lovely cards as well. The one that represents you is the Six of Wands. And so we know that wands are jobs, employment, security. And so the six, this is harmony, it's creativity. But so well, like the six, I think of this as like, it's victory, travel. It feels like getting you know, like I always say, you get your to-do list done, but it's something that you feel good about doing, and you're like, okay, I got this done. I always think of like a victory parade, but this feels, it really feels like this is what you want. And to me, this kind of seems like success, that you want success. And of course, Brigitte, this isn't like ego type success. It's just success how you see it in your eyes. It feels like a comfortable success. But what we got going on here is this lovely devil card, which is all about fear. And then we have the Eight of Wands. And so the Eight of Wands, this is fast moving energy. And this is, so you have fear that things are moving too fast. Okay. Then it is followed by these two lovely ladies, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. And so, I really don't think of the High Priestess as the top queen of all the queens. I think of her, I always say like she is this rigid ritual type lady. But it's like she keeps the sacred. She keeps the honor. So to me, she would be like the nun who was honoring the tradition. And a lot of people might, misjudge her because she's so stern, but she seems like she just keeps that honor and that tradition alive by keeping the lineage pure, like the tradition pure. And then here she's paired with the Queen of Cups, okay? And we know that cups is emotions and feelings and perceptions. So when I think of a High Priestess, I don't think of her very emotional. I feel like she keeps her emotions in check. I feel like she's cold, And then you've got the Queen of Cups. I feel like she's emotional, but she keeps herself in check. She has these clear boundaries. She can be, this High Priestess, but what this feels like, Brigitte, is this is where you are, and you're actually afraid of becoming the high priest. You're afraid of becoming rigid, that you still want to be fluid. You still want to be, it's like you don't want to be seen as the grandmother. You want to be seen as the crazy aunt, or maybe as it's like, the crazy aunt, the eclectic aunt that, because you remember on like the Waltons, they had the two sisters that was always like they were drinking moonshine and they was just always crazy. It's like you want to be seen like that. You still have all the wisdom and you still have all this wisdom, but you're not as stern. You're not as rigid, but you're still there. And like that's your version of success. So I don't know what this fast moving fear is. Let's just ask what the Devil and the Eight of Wands is. What is this fear? So this fear and this fast moving energy, you feel like you're running out of time. You feel like you are running out of time to be your version of success. And you're afraid that with you running out of time and you're not able to, like you have this checklist and you have to get it done, you're afraid that it's going to turn you into this rigid person who is all about do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And you're not seeing the beauty along the way. So I think that's what's going on here. And again, Brigitte, this version of success only exists in your mind. Okay. Um, I just kind of like got the idea of that preparing for winter. So um, it feels like there that you are preparing for a time. You are preparing for something, like you know something is coming, like a deadline is coming, and that's what you're preparing for. And that is your level of success, being at this certain place. And you don't want to turn into this rigid lady at the end. You still want to be this fun, crazy lady at the end. So there you go, Brigitte. Also, Brigitte, just because, right? Um, there is a Toby Keith song that he sang, and it had to do with a Clint Eastwood movie that he made. And it was like, don't let the old guy in. And that's what it makes me feel like. Like you feel like you're running out of time. Okay, let's go with somebody else. Alrighty, let's see what we got going on. There you go. That's the best kind of birdies, right, Brigitte? Barbara. So Barbara says, can you please do a reading for my son, Jay? Barbara, I really don't want to do one for him, but I can do a reading on what you can do to help him with whatever concern you have, what you can do to help him if you want to do that. And if you do, if that's okay, then just let me know. But I'm gonna go ahead and go to Sandy right now. All right, Sandy. Let's see. What do the cards want to tell Sandy? What do the cards need to tell Sandy? All right, Sandy. So the one in the middle, which is kind of like where you are, what you're working towards, where you are right now, is a Nine of Swords. And so the Nine of Swords, this is like unable to sleep. It's restlessness. It's worry. Okay. So what you got going on now is the Sun, which is the major arcana, and the Eight of Cups, which is walking away. So the Sun is all about happiness on all levels. It is total accomplishment. It is, it's just like, I mean, it's a sunshiny card. Like the Sun is where you want to be. It is just happiness on all levels. Okay. And then you got walking away, moving on to higher ground. What this feels like is setting boundaries. this Eight of Cups, it feels like setting boundaries. Okay. And then, Sandy, this is you being restless. Okay. Then it is followed by these two. The Six of Wands, which again is that victory parade, that success, and the Death card. And so the Death is all about a complete change, shedding of the old to make way for the new. Basically, that transition, that something has to die off and change in order for something new to come into existence. So I'm going to ask for clarity on the Six of Wands and the Death card. So, okay, Sandy, I just asked that, I just said that I was going to get clarity, but I think you have clarity. I think you need to know, or I think I think that that's the issue, that you know what you have to do. It's just not going to be easy. And in order for you to have a success, then something has to change. Something has to go away. You have to come out of that comfort level. You have to, you've got to come out of that comfort zone. And it feels like it's something that you're going to have to deal with. And it feels heavy. It feels burdensome. It feels like a big job. And you're like, well, maybe is there a way I can bypass it? I can go around. And I don't think you can. I think you have to deal with it. And trust me, I am somebody that procrastinates. And the more you procrastinate, the bigger that pile gets. And Jennifer always tells me, you can't procrastinate. You have to hit it head on. Then it's gone. And I've been trying to do that. So, Sandy, that's what I'm sharing with you. If you can, hit it head on. Or not hit it head on hard, but just hit it head on and deal with it. Because if not, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it becomes that boogeyman underneath the bed. And the fear and the energy towards it just keeps going and growing and growing and growing. And then it just becomes like kudzu, out of control. So if it is causing you restlessness and keeping you up, then deal with it. Unfortunately, you're already spending way too much energy by not dealing with it. So, Cindy, I'm right there with you. Hit it. Yes. Again, another music reference. I think it's Rodney Carrington. If you're going through hell, just keep going. Don't slow down. Just keep going. You're dealing with it. Doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean it's fun. And that's just validation of the universe saying, yeah, Cindy, we see you. And we're sorry you're having to go through it. But that is the cool thing about winter, it being, this time of rebirth and renewal and letting go and purging. Oh, Carol, if you need a hand, take mine. That's so sweet. All right, Barbara. So what can Barbara do to help her son? What can Barbara do to help her son? What can Barbara do to help her son? So, Barbara, pulled 5 cards. I don't know if you know a whole lot about tarot, but you've got 3 major arcana. So, the first 2 is strength and judgment. Okay. So, here strength is exactly what it says. It is self-control. It is power. It is holding your emotions and building that inner power. And then it is paired with the judgment card. And so the judgment card is exactly what it looks like. So, these are all people that basically are rising up out of their coffins, and it's like they're having an epiphany. They're seeing clearly. They see this new way. It's like a vision that changes your perspective. It's this huge eye-opening event. Okay, so you got those two. So then it is followed by the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And so, numerology wise, 10 is all about the last step, the end of the cycle. And so, the Wheel of Fortune is a change for the better, it's fate, it's destiny. But what it is, it says, hey, this is all about cycles, and that's what life is. It's just all about cycles, it's all about experiences. It's all about when one door closes, another one opens, and it's just that's why we're here. We're here to have experiences and evolve. Then it is followed by these two, the Queen of Swords and the Six of Wands. So, so the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this is, this is kind of like the hard truth. So swords is thoughts, your mind, your intellect. It's air energy. And the cool thing about that is you can move it. It's not fixed. It's malleable. It's mutable. And so the Queen of Swords, she is someone that is she has a sharp tongue. She knows her boundaries. And then we got the Six of Wands, and I think that feels like tonight, like this is all about success. And so the Six of Wands, it's success of however it's defined for you. So, not Sandy, but Barbara, whatever's going on with your son, whatever you would like his outcome to be as far as success, then I think it's going to require you harnessing your inner, holding your emotions, and using that as a power. Whether that power is to motivate, so it really feels like, Barbara, that you're going to have to harness this inner emotion for motivation, to offer hope. And if it falls on deaf ears, all you can do is just keep giving that hope, okay? And just know that this is just a cycle in his life. That's just where he is. And unfortunately, we have to go through it. And I don't want y'all to think that I'm just all like doom and gloom, and it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, this is a cycle you have to go through. I mean, I went through some pretty rough stuff. We've all went through some rough stuff. And chances are, as bad as it feels, I guarantee you, y'all have went through way worse than I have. And then if we talk to somebody, there's going to be somebody who's going through way worse. And these are just the cycles. This is just part of life. And again, the way that I might do my little happy Hallmark fairy tale ending is, that's what life is about experiences, and then we evolve through these experiences. Okay, so Barbara, you just take your emotions, you deal with them whatever way that you can, but you keep that peace and you keep giving him hope. And just know that this is just a cycle. It's just a part of his life, and he's going to get through this cycle. He's going to get through this, and he's going to get through it. And then you're going to get to your version of success. But it's going to be by having this truth and even perhaps these boundaries. So you can offer him this hope, but it's not going to be like unconditional. You can say, I'm not even going to try to explain that because I don't know exactly what that entails. But you can give him this sense of boundaries, still within your hope, still within your truth, but like for his success. Lord, that just sounded all discombobulated. Barbara, you're going to have to kind of like hold this truth but realize it's like his success, and that his success does not make you successful, you know? So, like, just because, and I'm just giving this an example, if he fails at something, that doesn't mean that you failed as a mother. And that might not be the case, but that your versions of success might be different. Okay. Keep offering the hope and just know that it's a part of life and a cycle. Alrighty, Mika. Mika, are you sure you want a reading? Lord, we done got Kelsey pregnant. We got Brigitte being a baby breeder. Oh, it's good. And, you know, I'm really appreciative of y'all because, I mean, I know, like, you know, we get on here and we have fun, or at least I am. Y'all aren't really, you know, there's like no vocal thing. I'm just reading your comments. That whenever I do read them, you know, I hear your voice. So, you know, normally we are joking up and we are cutting up and having a good time. And tonight does seem pretty serious and kind of heavy. And these hours are just appreciative as that, you know, the happy hours, right? All right, Mika. What do the cards want to tell Mika? What do the cards want to tell Mika? All right, Mika. So where you are right now is the Hermit, okay? So the first two is Ace of Cups in the World. And so the Ace of Cups, this is a new emotional beginning. It can be love, friendship, it can be marriage, it can be anything, but it's a new emotional beginning, okay? And I really think it's cool that you've got the World, because the World is all about completion, it's success. It is one door closing and a new door opening. It's new opportunities, things coming full circle. So, Mika, it feels like whatever ended, you've got something right behind it. And it's like you are meditating on it. You are really like, okay, what is this next thing? What do I get to do? Because you have all these opportunities, okay? And you've got it's the Seven of Cups. And it's the Six of Cups. And Mika, this really feels like this is somebody coming back to say hello. It doesn't feel like it's a love interest. This feels like this feels like it was like a missed opportunity, and it's coming back around. I don't even think that this is a person. I think this is just like a missed opportunity that's coming back around. So I don't know if it's work related or school related, like education wise. So now that this has closed, but something else is coming in and you're really preparing for it or thinking about what to do, it just really feels like that something new, that missed opportunity from the past is coming back around and you're ready for it now. So there you go, Mika. Congratulations. Yeah, I just wanted another one to see. And what popped up, Mika, was temperance, and this is patience. And so this is trying the situation little by little, step. It's like a little bit, just go like little baby steps. Patience. So if you're trying to figure out what's coming next or what you need to do next, you've got an opportunity from your past come up. And yes, Carol, it's a season. It will soon pass to the next. That is what I love about the seasons. All right, guys. Well, I know I'm kind of cutting out a couple minutes early, but I think I got anybody. Was there anybody else who didn't get a reading? So if not, then I want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate y'all sharing your energy with me. It's I really appreciate it. It seems very, very heavy, and that was okay. Pamela. All right, Pamela. Sometimes it's hard to share the hard stuff, right? Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you, Carol. I'm going to eat, eat, eat. All right, Pamela. Let's see what the cards want to tell for Pamela. I love y'all all. I really do. I think about y'all, especially the ones who are Facebook friends. I see y'all and I'm like, oh my gosh. And that's the reason why I love Kelsey. That's the reason why I really like picking on her, because she's in Nebraska. I'm like, what could she possibly be doing in Nebraska? She's probably got a corn infection. I guess that's Iowa. Kelsey, your tests are going to come back that you have a corn and wheat infection. That's funny. I really think as a summer program that I'm going to come and stay with y'all for 2 weeks throughout the year. All righty. Pamela, what do the cards need to tell Pamela? All right, Pamela. So again, the 6 of Wands, this is, you're looking for your version of success. And I think it's just like everybody's like reevaluating their lives and like, okay, what do I need to do? Like readjusting. That's what this feels like. So it feels like where you are right now, you got the Temperance card, and that's having patience, and the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is all about hanging on. And it's like you're kind of hanging on to whatever you got. Okay. Hanging on to your sanity. Then it is followed by the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Okay. So the Five of Pentacles is exactly what it looks like. It's all about change and being left out in the cold, about being forgotten. Maybe it's that dismissed energy. And Pamela, no wonder why you're always doing the sad ones or angry ones. And then the Ten of Swords is all about, it's like overwhelmed, being pinned down, but like pinned down completely. And it's like whenever I see the Ten of Swords, I always think of like the specimen, how they'll take pins and stick it in like, the specimens, and this like it can't move. That's how it feels like. It just feels like you don't see any possible way of like moving. And it's the same way with the Four of Pentacles. It's like, look, he's holding everything tight. He's holding everything in. So, Pamela, it just feels like you're constricted. It feels like you are tied down. And I don't know if this is like a card of being forsaken or like a card of being left out. Maybe like you was forsaken and uh, this is just how you feel. So what does Pamela need to do to change this? What does Pamela need to do? Hang on, I dropped my cards. What is something Pamela can do to help her with this being pinned down so she can have her success? All right, Pamela, I asked what you could do to have your success, and the world, which is completion, success, and new door opened, is the Queen of Cups and the Knights of Cups. So, the Queen of Cups, this is somebody who controls their emotions. She is the only one out of all the cup cards that has a lid on her cups. And I see her as like the evolving empath. She has her emotions under control. And that isn't like saying that she's out of control. She's just able to harness again, like she's able to just survive and thrive. Okay. And then we got the Knight of Cups. And so the Knight of Cups, this is like, just this is that, it's that charm, it's that romance. It's just falling in love with life. Okay. Falling in love with life again. So, Pamela, look up the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, because that's and I know these are emotions, but that's what it feels like. It feels like you just need to fall in love with life again and work on evolving your empath skills. Okay, and you'll get this. The world. All right. Well, I like the idea of traveling around. We can be a traveling sideshow, especially with Wanda on the top. I could see her too. We could put her up here, Jennifer, in like one of those rocking chairs, like Granny on Hillbillies. Not that she's old, but I could just see her rocking and just a laughing. And that's what she says too. Oh, I love it. All right. Well, bye, guys. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you get tons of food. I hope you get tons of rest. And I hope you get answers. I hope you get clarity. I hope you get whatever you want. Bye, guys.